That is the most important thing.
Ah, good, good. Of course, the index of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority has been, had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydra Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia. And
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydra Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydra Archon to the Hydra Dragon of this planet.
Why he even did that?
But...
Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydra Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
all you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, The descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice. And to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land.
So when I was at last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalors. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
But how are we going to do that? It's huge!
I've already done my best to separate the power of the Primordial. Considering the fact that I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress this group from within.
Solidify! Don't touch it!
The wind knows me.
This is order.
Cloud's high. The birds come. Wonderful nature.
Access denied. We're waiting on schedule.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... Oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I'd thought.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just like he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to Luke. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative, it eats too much, and I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being...
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sertology.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhine-Daughter?
Oh, that one we've heard. Rhine-Daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-Daughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait, didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
initiate emergency rescue! Look! The water's receding! It's a miracle! The water's receding! Redeemed us all! The prophecy was wrong!
The prophecy was wrong.
The Spinity Rasula attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spinity Rasula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, lunar bane of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once-overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Junior and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops, Edwin's assistant, Jurier, and that's exactly oh, this time we'll... Oh, it's you.
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garun Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies. And residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to—
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks!
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Corinne?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions?
Forget it.
I see you're— Well, if we're talking about doing things for mice, of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clarand. Wow, you—
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
In an exciting episode, after learning—
Whoa, you're well informed.
That's a very complete—
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first. Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
Hasn't changed at all, and it's where we shop before the time reversal. Bram stops and points to the street, telling Desire that this is the place they're looking for. Desire mentions that he has never been here before. Desire and Bram walk together until they reach a green door with a sign that reads Woken Store, which also states that there are no refunds, even for defective products. Desire comments on the obsession with money. Bram then informs him that he has no intention of ever wielding the sword again. Desire smiles and asks if he wouldn't consider giving him a chance.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this
They knock
place.
on the inner door, and
Looks like you've been missing us.
asking them to come in. While walking inside,
Did you
Desire
come all the way
realizes
to
that
the
the place
entrance
is
to
heavily
greet
guarded.
us?
Of course.
It's an honor to find—
No need to thank them.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
He then welcomes them and asks if they came to buy or sell. Desire informs him that he's here to take the store. The store owner points out the sign outside.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need.
Places the store on the table. He tells them
Miss Charlotte,
no intrinsic value.
do these pictures really need to be published on the cover?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier.
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like—
No, I just— This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for—
Shares more about the story.
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edward once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you reek— Still, if I might ask.
Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop. too.
had asked him to appraise
I
the sword.
have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
He was selling it as a
I'm
chemical.
afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
This infuriated him.
Really?
He called
Well,
the
then in
store
that
owner
case,
charlatan.
could I have an interview with you to make up for that
The
loss?
store owner was right.
You already know
Desire
my answer,
approached
I'm
the
afraid.
store owner and placed
Best
the
you interview our head nurse instead.
agreeing to buy it
Or
for
perhaps you'd like to take another photo?
Did you really have to use the word couple?
Also taken aback.
Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty rowdy here.
The sword to Desire,
We've
and
seen
remarked
this
that
kind of
looking
thing
at it wouldn't help a
before.
beginner like him open it. Desire used his magic on the sword and then handed it to Bram.
Seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Found a button on the
Ah, siege weed.
To his amazement, the sword opened.
Hey, Miss Charlotte.
He managed to open
Why
the
don't
sword and draw it from its scabbard.
Take some pretty photos of our head nurse.
Because the sword was not
Oh,
made of
sure.
iron or silver.
Come on, Miss Siegeween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
One that emitted such a radiant glow.
Oh,
Desire
sure.
informed them that it was made of
Do I
bronze,
have to
a
smile?
material stronger than steel and
So,
lighter
how
than a
have
feather.
things been at
Same old, same old.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun.
Remarkable properties. Desire
I'll do it.
reminisced about Bram using it in the future. Desire and Bram then decided
I
to
see.
head back home.
Lots of things happened that day, huh?
They were intercepted
Anyway,
by
regarding
the
that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting.
You did win them over, huh?
told them that the
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Surprised, looked at them and confirmed that the purchase had
Actually, what
been
about you?
successful.
Are things gonna change for you too?
Seller informed them that
What
they
change
were
can there be?
as the
The
sword
fort
was
as to
now
what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
In this moment, Desire remembered his future friend, who was also massive like the
Good.
current opponent.
In that case, let's call it a day here.
Strike Desire with
Thanks
the
for your
power of
cooperation.
using a massive
Come on,
blade.
Traveler, let's
Desire
go.
skillfully
Till
dodged
next
it.
time, everyone.
Bram, on the other hand,
There will be a next time?
lion.
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right, last stop, the docks.
But Desire placed his hand on Bram's head and asked him to show what he could do with this massive opponent. A fierce battle ensued between Bram and the muscular opponent. The opponent delivered a powerful blow, but Bram evaded it at the right moment. Bram was agile enough to handle the situation. However, Bram needed to be cautious of the opponent's powerful attacks, which would indicate that they landed. He was still a relatively inexperienced dude. Bram then used his extraordinary ability, causing the sword and body to emit a lightning-like glow. The opponent laughed at him and he climbed into the air before charging at Bram. Bram dodged the attack at the right moment, and then he struck a powerful blow to the opponent's back. Bram followed up with a flurry of rapid strikes, sending a machine gun firing multiple rounds. The opponent was caught off guard and didn't keep up with the speed and ferocity of Bram's attacks. Bram then stepped back to catch his breath, knowing that victory was just moments away. However, the opponent started to adapt to Bram's incredible speed. The battle
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, hi, Mine. And Miss Charlotte, too.
He landed a strong kick, which sent Bram crashing to the
Would you
ground.
like a magic pocket?
At this moment, the
What
opponent
sort of gadget is it?
seemingly to finish off
It's a
Bram.
wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend.
Know the secret of the inscriptions. Bram swiftly lunged at the giant man, attempting to strike
You
him.
could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right,
Desire
Fremine?
shouted a warning to Bram, but Bram was too strong. He grabbed the man's
Is
sword
this
and
what
brought
you
it down
meant
with
by,
force,
"I'll
cutting him
help
down.
you make some more
Saying, he
friends"?
struck the man and
To be
knocked him
honest,
to the
that
ground.
sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact,
Bram
please?
informed Desire that he had managed to defeat the giant man. Without his
sure.
sword, he would have been
You
a
sure
long
are
line
working
on
hard to help Ferminae social.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
As only the person they had just defeated could open the door.
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with a...
Graham
Lynette,
to the merchant's
could you
words
come over?
with
Got
a
it.
powerful sword to split the door in half. The merchant was
My,
in shock.
that Charlotte is rather perceptive.
Graham and Desire
She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very great. Oh, I guess you haven't heard.
very hungry.
Well,
Desire went to buy some
after
apples,
Lady Farina left,
and
Father
Graham
and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a
and they supported
diplomatic
each other to become
gift.
stronger. When a friend is in trouble, it's natural for the other to help, and Peter was moved by those words, causing him to
Yes,
cry.
I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for it. Furthermore, I would agree.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent
That's true. When you think about it, we had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know?
Are you going to take the gnosis?
That is our duty. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single placer. Switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's enough for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello? If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels on
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many... I guess this must be... All right then.
Well, guess you said Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see what Neuvillette's doing? Of course he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to...
Oh no. Damn, bro.
No, but
The bar. 18.
Kinda didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Aw, I'm glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually safe? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
I have a full four-man team to sweat quipping, and I thought you guys were there.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Fossilor destroyed the device, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you...
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born Hegiria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
If you guys don't connect me up, it's not gonna be fun.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case, but whether it be as for the judgment passed by the court, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focilor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he...
Guess Fossilor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. I'm back with Fontanian.
Life is always...
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters are...
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring...
Paimon, Sora gets it now. Either way, it seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case, but whether it be by as for the judgment passed, whether it was due...
Guess Fossilor had... Hang on a second. Back with Fontanian.
Life is always...
Yeah, Lynette said the...
In truth, those Oceanids...
Paimon.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. Ah, Lady Farina. I related Focilor. She simply said that, having said that, she then... You need not worry. I will make up... In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. But now that she no longer...
What about you then? What are your plans now that you...
After Focilor passed on, the oratories also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still...
As an elemental draft as such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first... Additionally, the high...
That's true. Wait, with the very...
As I am now, I have full command over New Lucia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right.
Leaving aside that their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, the Oratrice has seen as such it has lost. If the Fatui have... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect, unlike ancient, Natlan is also the... There is one other piece, the harbinger known as the Captain. I suggest that you fully prepare... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on. when we spoke the weakest of their...
No one. So regarding this specific issue, in truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Neverlet?
What next?
The all-devouring normal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger, then.
That's what she told me. Whether it would...
The remains of... So that's what...
All the same, assuming...
She said that...
If she speaks the truth... I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision! That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy, comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those
suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will? I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and what ultimately...
Eyes up. All right side.
Osmanthus what? Tastes the same as I remember. But where? Those who share memory.
Oh, Jesus. We just play bottom. Upper top doesn't really matter. Yeah. With you, Jay. I got sniped in the back. Okay, yeah. Arsenal 716. Flaring. I have a med vest. Oh, never mind. Hit. Broken. Broken. Down.
Ad Astra.
Still inside, careful. Nice work. Oh, no. Dude, what the frick? I can't even see this guy. One of my ex still on the top.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same.
This realm. If you ever have.
Have a good night, Rich.
There are leaves.